You subscribe to the channel for more daily uploads? And you followed me on Twitch? Who do you think you are? How do you know? By invitation only. Not quite. A little bit older than that. You don't have to be thinking about board wipes. It's any 5 mana white sorcery. I'm only thinking about board wipes because there's so many of them. Fury, Grief, Lightning Bolt, Ragavan, Undying Malice. I'm taking the Bolt and the Undying. Yeah, it's a rare. Magic Arrogance is a good one. A little bit too old. And Mistron and Undying Effect. Cleansing Nova. That's the one. So it was a 5 mana rare sweeper. Good stuff, Kane. My goat. Here we go with Merfolk and Paper. Congrats. There's so many sweepers. Alright. How doomed. Maybe I should take the Fury. So hard to know though. New Undying Effect is bad? Yeah. I mean, it's only the best one they've printed ever. No big deal, really. Yep, started with one, that's what it ended up being. Everyone should just sell out this game immediately. I mean, look, it's like the only Undying Effect that you can actually blow up the +1/+1 from. Can't be good. This is actually going to work out great. So I get to block here, and then Undying. And then I get to kill this because it's first strike damage. Top deck Terminate. One time for the one time. The 2 mana green rare looks amazing. Oh shit, what up? Octave and Dave the tier 1, welcome back for the 9 months. Kill me, opponent. Have a heart. The green rare is a 2 mana, was it a 1? That whenever an artifact enters the battlefield once per turn, you can grow it. I could Thoughtseize them and take their grief. Maybe they have like a Terminate in hand, but they would use the Terminate. Maybe they have another Fury in hand. Alright. Convinced myself that this is going to be a fine play. It was not. I'm doomed. Running 3 Terminates. You have a question about Dauthi? I may have an answer. Now, the 2 mana green rare is a 2 mana 01 that whenever an artifact enters the battlefield for the first time, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on it per turn. And then whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield for the first time per turn, you draw a card. It's a sweet one. I think I'm just dashing and hoping to get lucky because I think playing this to block is probably not good enough. Dauthi follows timing restrictions. I think that green card is just really good with Saga and Cookbook. Specifically Cookbook. On the play, I think I can afford to keep 3 Ragavans in. And on the draw, I'll cut them. I only have 2 Terminates in this build, my bad. Thought I had 3. This will be the printing for Cookbook. Finally, it's time for Cookbook to shine. Seems like it's kind of cool in like the green-black Saga decks, but because Bob's here, I'll say that the green-black Saga is the best deck in the format, when in reality, it's like super fucking mid. I'm looking forward to the new scam card. It's pretty sweet. It's Infinite D. I got this before I left for Apex, but it hasn't grown much. It's not terrible. I'm not playing this on turn 1 either. It's only your own. Was I in danger of dying? Yes. No, it's the new spoiler card, excuse me, called Not Dead Anymore. Or Not Dead After All. So I made that my title. What's the foam mod for your keyboard? I actually took out the foam mod. I have a tape mod instead. There's no option to make the stream 1080. Really? I normally have a 1080 stream. You're on 1080? I don't know. Should be 1080. 1080 for you. You have a 360, 160 option and an auto. You're on 1080. Maybe try refreshing. That's weird. I don't like the turn 1 Fury against Scam. Mostly because they can just like scam a Fury back, and if they do that, you're incredibly far behind. If they scam a Grief, it's a little bit better, but generally I don't go for it. I think it's a little weak. Maybe try refreshing the app, like closing the app and reopening it. I'm not sure. Also have minimal impact on Modern, and the set shakeup will be bans and unbans at the same time as release. I don't know. I haven't really looked at any of the spoilers, to be honest. Yeah, no problem. I do like that Cauldron card, though, that I saw for Yawgmoth that turns creatures into Grist. That card looks sweet. I definitely want to brew with that. And by brew, I mean just stick it in Yawg and hope for the best. Oh, that's a lot of Fury. I'm going to try to qualify for the upcoming Pro Tour. It's going to be easy, though. Especially with how rusty I am at Paper Magic. But I usually stream Pioneer on Sundays. I've been thinking about maybe taking Sunday off, though. Pioneer's like really freaking boring to me right now. I have insane paper mechanics. You got this. Yeah. That's why I said usually. I don't know. Pioneer's just been the same format for the past like year and a half, 2 years. Played blue-white at... Okay, sure. I mean, I was either going to take blue-white or I was going to take like green. Either way, I wasn't going to have a good time, but I already knew what I signed up for. It's the state of Pioneer. Nobody said anything. They're just like, yay. Pioneer. How many times have I killed my own creature and undying it? A handful. It doesn't come up super often, but when it does, it's pretty clutch. I mean, I am a Pioneer specialist after all. That was the only format I cashed in at Apex. I couldn't cash Modern to save my life. But against so much burn. No, I don't. I've been saying Modern's not like that much better. Modern's okay. It could definitely be a lot better. But could also be a lot worse. I honestly preferred Pioneer and Paper just because I didn't have to shuffle nonstop. Shuffling nonstop plus like playing Ring Mirrors. I went to Time like 3 times playing Modern. Going to the Lorcana Pro Tour in Disney World. I'll see you there. It's in Florida. And it's a toxic play pattern. It's true. Magic players are never happy. And it's me, I'm Magic players. I'm never happy either. Constantly in a state of mold. But in the end, you feel dead inside. Y'all are some real haters. I am a real hater. I'm mulliganing to 5. Okay, don't scam me. They're mulliganing to 4. Oh. I am coping. This is the legendary double scam hand too. Cancel. What do I put back here? Maybe it's just these. I just keep like this hand. Or it's these. And I keep this hand. Wow, actually, I don't know. What's better? What do you think, chat? Am I gonna need this Fury? So bad if they kill your Fury. I'm leaning more on the side of grief. If they grief me, I'm not doing anything anyways. Mulliganing to 4. They're on the play. They play a turn 1 Ragavan. That's like kind of an issue. I think I keep this. Theoretically, you could have the legendary triple scam hand on the draw. Alright, pretty good. You do love to see this. Dropping the bull here. He's a genius. Modern looks great. Anyways, this is the game of Modern I played after I just said Pioneer sucked, so. Yeah, 4 clean top decks in a row. 2 clean top decks in a row, rather. Nothing short of iconic. This is the difference between a skilled scam player and your average scam player. Look, just draw whatever you need all the time. I've been seeing the reprints for the Side Wilds of Eldraine set a little bit. I've seen like a few here and there on Twitter, but I think this hand's too slow. This hand's good though. Mark's a burn player, so you know how they get when their deck wins. The new Undying effect looks amazing. That's a buff for scam that it didn't need. Why couldn't this be in your hand? I needed that. For science. I'm sorry, Rakdos Evoke, yeah. My bad. I guess I'm taking O-Stone. I think so. I think I'm going to switch to 4 of the new one, 2 Undying Evil, and try it like that. So Feign Death and Undying Malice have pretty much become obsolete now, I think. Okay, get your foil Undying Evils before they spike. Mark was so high off the dopamine rush that he gifted a sub to Cantor. Thanks for having the Boros charm. Welcome. My burn goat. My goat. Cast you so bad. And I can't. Yeah, Doghouse is on Saturday. So many spots open. So chat, please, if you haven't yet signed up for the Doghouse, it'll be Saturday at noon Eastern. $600 on the line. Literally not going to cost you anything. No entry. Lots of money. Nothing to lose, lots to gain. Exclamation mark Doghouse to sign up. It's through MTG Melee. Actually, I should have blown up their Tron land and terminated. I made a mistake. That's okay. Yeah, I'm dressing up as Yogg, that's right. Made a little bit of a mistake there. I should have terminated and then cast the Worm Coil and then eaten their Tron land. This means I can't lose anything, right? At least immediately. Nothing matters, that's probably true. I have Forest Mine in hand. I think I knew that already. I'm gonna go up or down. I want to restart the game. If I go down on the power plant, they have to get a map, and then they crack the map, and then they play the redundant power plant. That's probably fine. When it goes to 3, Loses a Besager. Pass. I'm gonna pass on the Lady Gaga meat suit. Probably a little bit too intense for me. I got a Chrome Sphere. Alright. Sweet Karn. Terminates my cutting. All of them? Probably. Board like that. I don't know if I want the second Kroxa either, or the second Metamorph. They're okay. I think I'm just gonna board like this. Like Tourach. Tourach's okay. I don't know if he's amazing. I think Bowmasters are pretty good. I guess the second Kroxa is fine. Trim 1 Fury. Maybe I don't think I want the extra Metamorph. I think I'm just gonna run it like this. Got a Fable. Fable's kind of slow. Metamorph copies Grief and Fury. Risky Keep, nice hand. Hold on, I'm getting mixed messages. Risky Keep, nice hand. This hand's fine, right? It goes turn 1, 8/8. And then just slowly gets to Blood Moon. Started on Forest. A sick Healy Cat it is. That's a Healy deck was sweet, so I hope you have a good time playing it. Let me know how it goes. I don't think I'd really change too much from it either. The counter spells were a tad awkward. Maybe you don't need as many expressive iterations. You could play like Fable instead. Oh man, they do have the Talisman. And a Dismember. I jinxed this game, sorry. It's all your fault. Everything's ruined. Until I take the Ulamog, of course. I hope they have something juicy in hand if they just drew like 5 cards. Have another One Ring. I get nothing. Yeah, I want to get a Blood Moon at least. Powering the Creator of Greatness. Pithing Needle. I wonder how scared they are of Dauthi Thoughtseize. What you getting? Is it good? You get a Pithing Needle. Name's Dauthi Voidwalker. Name's Karn. It's 77 cents. I'm rich. 80,000 cards in hand. I was binning this Thoughtseize, right? Like, bin the Undying, bin the Thoughtseize. Crying. Asagui. Yep. Three, 6. Boy. What happened this game? Holy moly. Right. Karn must die. Got nowhere else to go. Imagine I'm just dead though. They have 10 cards in hand and 80 mana. Pug. You have to kneel Dauthi, which they did, and they're gonna get severely rewarded for. I also just like never had the opportunity to Thoughtseize them. They put you in a 5-star hotel. I stayed in a Comfort Inn, which did the job. It had a bed, although the housekeeper never showed up, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I'm pretty sure they're supposed to. But that's neither here nor there. I was only there for 2 days. Yeah, if the Metamorph copies the ring, you have protection. You have to request housekeeping at Comfort. Oh. I didn't know that. I just assumed it'd be like other hotels that would they just do it. These members are killing the vibes. Top deck land. Doomed. Yep. I really need to draw land here. I suppose the Stirrings into the Moon. Could also just play Forest and then play Moon. Probably have to. I'm not happy about it. I guess maybe Stirrings will probably hit me a land. It's a gamble, but I do want to get that Kroxa back out of my graveyard given the opportunity. I think I'm going to gamble the Stirrings. Never punished. Except for all those times I've been punished. Miss Ring's probably going to draw him out of it, right? They did ban a Forest, though. Want to Undying Dauthi. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of mana. Boseiju. Stirrings for Boseiju. One card short of getting the Kroxa back this turn. Alright. Go. Yep. I would be stunned if Kroxa wins this board state. They'd have to have like actual nothing. And they've been to the Ancient Stirrings. Yeah, Kroxa's not going to win this board state. Yeah, I just can't Thoughtseize them ever. Because they've constantly just been looping rings. Help. Scam Fury over Moon. I don't think it mattered what I did. I think they just had it all. To a degree. Because they had the Dismember on turn 1. It's like, alright, well, I couldn't get the Moon down. Ugh, rough game. I think that game plays out differently if I have land on 3. And it's decent. We'll give it. It is indeed Amulet. My go? Dryad, my go? Not my Dryad. Yeah, sorry. First time modern streamer. Long time Pioneer streamer. I'm boarding with Yogg. I just click buttons at random. This is my list. Well, it's like somewhere between, actually. It's like my list in combination with Beardsley's list. I feel like I boarded super poorly. Drew a Dryad. Undying Effect. I think I probably just need to kill this so I don't die. It's kind of unfortunate. Probably next week. I had a lot going on this weekend with the doghouse going on. So I'm gonna work on it on Sunday. Have it up by next week. At least that's the goal. I gotta update both the 4-color and the scam stuff. Sorry about the delay. Between Apex and the Doghouse. It's been a lot. We're 1-1 in the prelim. I lost to Tron. Oh, I did look at their hand and they didn't have a Titan. They're probably going to get the Transmute land intact, so... Not helpful. Where were you last turn? Yeah, any Titan can win once 3 are on board. You're correct about that. I got the T West. I might as well be F6 here. I got nothing going on. Yeah, I think they failed to find because I discarded one of them. Then they drew the other one. I believe they did fail to find. I mean, they don't have enough mana to Titan me. Glass half full. Spend 3 and then they have 4 left over. Mayar Dobbins. My Bowmasters got subtlety in the modern match. In the league match, rather. It's not a Titan. Whatever they transmute for here, I'm taking it. Subtlety. Match. Green, 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 green. That for me to draw a card. Bam. Oh. Okay. That's insane. That was like 3 more cards that I thought I was gonna get. Roll Turf T West. Your turn. Hey. So dumb. Yo, Pylon kind of insane though. Scry to Yawgmoth Youngwolf. Bottom. I don't even have 4th land. 4th mana source here. Yo, Pylon was kind of sweet though. Alright, give me these Blood Moons. Explosives. I think fish can be happy or sad. I think fish can be furied. In fact, I know fish can be furied. Master's like pretty bad in this matchup also. I cut like 2 of them. It's good against Cultivator. It's pretty bad against everything else though. But yeah, according to studies, I believe fish can in fact feel happiness or sadness. Don't quote me on that, of course, but pretty sure they can. According to studies, I made this up just now. Better than the PetSmart tanks. Not a super high bar, so they'll be fine. Nope, I got Furied. Yeah, Blood Moon sucks against them. Goodbye, Young Wolves. I will remember you. Still a problem. There might be something to this ring card. Not sure though. No Unholy Heat opponent. Not this opponent, that opponent. My Murktide opponent. Is Young Wolf your cousin? I believe so. Dismember. It's a problem. What are we doing here? Not tightening me, I think. I hope. Asagui or Beseiju. Weed. I don't like a lot of what's going on right now. I think they're gonna murder me. Second ring. Man, Blood Moon has just not been good against these big mana decks with ring. It's kind of crazy. Speaking of the ring, I just peeled a ring when I have a shield in play against my Murktide opponent, and I get to make it uncounterable. Jesus. Disgusting. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. We're here to Lucid Amulet. As an Amulet Titan expert, do you think they should cut lands from the current build? Yes. How many lands? Look at all the lands my opponent has. Blood over there. They have like 32? It's like 32 too many. The matchup sheet now. I was like barely on Twitter today. Or X today. Because I wanted Undying and take 2 cards from them. That's why I didn't discard the Kroxa. And I can't grief them because they have ring protection. I drew a whole lot of nothing with Yogg. A whole lot of nothing. Is there a visual indicator? No. If the ring has 0 counters and it came into play, that's your best indicator. That's it. No, not really. I think I've died. Okay. Well, if I want Metamorph, it does copy the ring. It's probably better than a couple of Fables. Maybe I want the Bowmasters back in since they are on the ring build. That got trickier to board against with the rings. Really good. Is this the legendary double scam hand? It is legendary double scam hand. Oh no, it doesn't. I was looking. I thought this was a. I thought the Thoughtseize was a second Undying effect. Not bad. I just glanced over. Dismember Karn prime time. Maybe Dismember Karn. Take that prime time later. It's kind of insane. An amulet from them. I don't want it. Untapping your scam creature with amulet. You got a point. I think I'm just doing this. Making sure I don't die to Titan next turn. Summoner's Pact, prime time. So they float a mana, play a land. One, I gotta take the ring. Ring actually keeps them alive. I have 4 mana right now. The ring has helped Amulet a lot. Like a lot. That's actually my stream title, Pez. Not dead after all. I think it's gonna be a 4 not dead after all, and 2 Undying Evil split. Because not dead after all does not put a +1/+1 counter on the creature, so you can actually play Undying Evil and not have any like awkwardness between the two. Lack of a better term. Won my Yogg match. I'm the greatest Yogg gamer. Yeah, now let's see if I'm the greatest Rakdos Evoke gamer. The Cauldron looks sweet. I'm actually pretty excited about the Cauldron too. That's why you only run 2. It is awkward with itself, but if you just run 2, it's a very small chance of being awkward. Or you could just run 1. If they besage the enchantment, I guess the 1/1 would fall off at that point. But the creature doesn't die at least. Yeah, you're right. The +1/+1 counter. And just crazy. Yeah, you forgot the tutor for pants. That's Yogg. Sometimes you draw Yogg and win, and then sometimes you just draw a bunch of lands and you're like, well, that sucks. It was born in the no pants. They asked her husband to stand up to prove that he was wearing pants, which I thought was pretty funny, but he would not pass that test. Stand up to prove you're wearing pants. Sorry, my legs are broken. Can't stand up right now. And that's how I intend to leave. Oh, rib. Alright. I guess you're going on top. So I'm still gonna pitch cast you. You'd evoke Grief and cast Undying Malice. Well, the plan fell apart, Terran, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now. I fucked it up. And now I have nothing. They also have nothing. They have one card in hand. You fucked it. Alright, I think I just pass. I'll hard cast this next turn. Uh-oh, basic. I do like kind of want to pitch it and put it in the graveyard, but I need a better clock than 2 a turn. I don't know if this 2 a turn nonsense is gonna get there. Mountain cycling, they're gonna rip a living end off the top. If they rip living end off the top, I'm ending the stream. Hi, Skater. No, you did not just shock that in. Okay, they don't have it. Whew. They just did it to scare me. They're like, ha, unless. Actually just yanking my chain. Yeah, it's probably more likely they have 4s. Chalice. Blood Moon's bad now with all the land cyclers they have. Tourach. Spellbomb. Push out. Terminate out. Everything else is like pretty reasonable. Easy clap. No way I could work for a company that asked that to stand up to prove you're wearing pants. I can prove I'm wearing pants. Or jeans. The amount of hours I work shirtless is greater than the amount of hours I work with a shirt on lately. More power to you. What is this hand? That's a lot of fables. Prove that was your leg. That I can't do. Oh yeah, let me upload the scam. Schmas. Where'd it go? What'd I call it? That's right. Yeah, let me upload it, sorry. There you go, it's up there. I'm keeping it. Fuck it. Pre-plan, GG. Good night, Darren. I kiss the homies. Mwah. I gotta play Nihil Spellbomb here. It's my soul. Does it feel weird that you brought Scam back into popularity and now it's where Murktide was a few months ago with a stupid high percentage of the meta? I think it's kind of funny. Because when I first started playing Scam, people are like, why are you playing this? Sex sucks. I'm just like, it's not it. And now look at them. Now look at me. Dying to living end. Come a long way. I still think it sucks. Chad. The Giga Chad move. Never waver. Hold strong. It's not a good hand, but it might not matter. All it takes is one Cascader off the top, and then I lose. The based hand. Gross. That is a pretty based hand. Dodged. Easy clap. Easy dodge. Alrighty, Chandler. 3-1 in the prelim. Was our loss to? We lost to Tron. Tron.
Have you
Bing
peeked?
bong, bing bong, bing bing bong.
Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore.